Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at the valyrian tank. So without further ado, let's dive down and take a little look. Guys, so here we go. So this is the valyrian. We have it in a nice plastic tube. So let's crack it open and we'll see what we get. So straight inside we have our tank with a tank stand. We get a spare drip tip, which comes in this nice little baggie, and with a plastic seal on the top. And there's our spare green drip tip. We also get a little packet of firing pins. So we have a corkscrew style one, which is rated for 95 to 105 watts. We also get a second firing pin, which looks like something that's come out of Ann Summers. And this one is rated from 100 to 120 watts. More on them in a moment. We also get a nice Uwell warning card. We get a spare packet of O-rings and little gaskets. We get a nice chunky user manual, very easy and simple to read. Comes in nearly every language imaginable. So thumbs up there to Uwell. We also get a spare glass, which is nicely packaged, and of course our spare coil. Now this coil is a 0.15 ohm coil and is rated from 95 to 120 watts. Let's try and get that camera in there so you can see. Yeah, she doesn't want to focus. So there we go. Just focus right at the end. We've also got nice big juicing holes. We've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have our min level to stop us from getting dry hits, so we don't need juice. We don't want juice below that level, guys. If we do, we risk dry burn. So we've also got nice O-rings just popped off there. Just sling that back on. There we go. Right, I'll put it back on in a second. So we've also got a nice big hole going all the way through, so plenty of air, plenty of air going through them coils. So onto the main tank. We'll move to the main tank now, and we'll see what we get on the main tank. Now onto the main tank. We have a nice purple drip tip. Now these drip tips, guys, these are standard 510s, but they're not got any O-rings on them. It's just a press in. Now on this, it doesn't make it loose. It's not loose in the slightest. It's a nice tight fit. But when using a normal 510, it is quite loose. Now, I haven't got a 510 to hand at the present moment, unfortunately, but it does get a bit loose. So bear that in mind. Now on the top we have a valyrian top piece, and this is to help prevent the heat travelling up through your tank and up onto your drip tip. We've all had that, guys, where we've had tanks in the past where we've felt the heat come up through the drip tip and it's made it quite uncomfortable. So no longer we have to deal with that situation. The top fill method is very simple. You just press this little button and it just lifts up. Now, as you can clearly see, we have two really nice ports to fill our juice up. We have one for juice and one for air. It's up to you which way you want to go about it. When we fill and we fill up nicely, we just click it back down and we just click it in, and she's done. To airflow, we have nice big airflow ports, and they do lock, so that locks one way, locks the other way. But where we adjust on this side will automatically be adjusted on the other side. There you go, just one side, just the other side. To open her up, usual stuff, we just unscrew from the base and she opens up. I'll just place that down there for now. Now, just wiggle this off. It does all come down, so you can clean it for easy cleaning or to change your O-rings. Just push that back on there for now. And there we go again, we have another 0.15 ohm coil. Now I do believe, guys, that this is the only coil that Uwell are making for the Valyrian at the moment, but I'm pretty sure they'll bring out more resistances as time goes on. So we'll take this coil out and we'll show you the base plates. So the firing pins. Now in the bottom of this one we have a box standard flat one. Now this doesn't have a ratio on there like the other two do. So for the purpose of this review we are going to use the corkscrew. And it's dead simple to get these out. All you do is you get the end of your corkscrew and there you go, it pops straight out. And put that to one side. Just throw this inside of there, you just push it in. There you go, make sure it's in. And now that's in there, and there's your firing pin at the base. We just screw back on our coil as normal, just goes over it. Screw it back in. Now as you can see, it's right in the middle there. So what will happen now, guys, is when we take a vape, the air will rush through the air hole and then it will spin all the way around the corkscrew inside the coil, allowing the coil to be equally cooled and obviously get the maximum out of your vape. So there's that bit. Pop it back on, just screw it in. There we go, and she's ready. Right, so let's fill it up and see how she performs. Show her back on a little tank stand. Makes filling so much easier. Right, so today, guys, I'm using watermelon candy made by Fundrip. Absolutely love this juice. It's such a nice sweet juice. So we'll give it a top up. Now, guys, I've already pre-primed this coil, so you will have to prime your coil before using. But I've already pre-primed this. And there we go. She's nice, filled with juice. Now I do believe that the tank holds 5 mils of juice, so you won't need to fill up every 2 bloody minutes like you do with some of these TPD compliant tanks. But there you go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave that over there to settle for a minute. We're going to put everything back in its little box and then we're going to give it a vape. So I will catch you in a second. And we're back. So I've cleaned up all the mess and we've got it now on the Wismic Gen 3. It's all nice and filled, all nice and primed and raring to go. So we're going to start off from the lowest setting that it's asking you to do, which is 95 watts. And we have that set nicely there, 95 watts on the Wismic Gen 3. Let's give it a go. Massive, massive, massive clouds, guys. Massive clouds. This thing loves to chuck. Okay, so we're going to take it up another 5 watts now. We're going to go up to 100 watts. And we'll see how she performs at 100 watts. I've got to say that was quite a nice cool vape considering it was at 95. So we'll go back to we'll go to 100 watts now and we're still on full airflow. and let's give it a toot. Yeah, she chucks the cloud, guys. She really does chuck the cloud. As you can quite see how foggy it's getting in here really quickly. Okay, so we're going to take it up again now, guys. We're going to go up another 10 degrees now, so we're going up to 110 watts now. Still quite cool of a vape though. It is still quite a cool vape. There we go. We're at 110 now on the Valyrian. There we go. Yeah. So it's starting to get warm. The flavour's still there, it's still on point. The cloud, you can clearly see, brilliant. The vape itself is starting to warm up a little bit though. But we'll give it another go. Alright, brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go to 115 and see how she goes there. There we go, we're at 115 now. We're going to give this a toot, and then we're going to give one more toot out of it, which will be at 120, and we'll see how it performs at its top end. So let's go. Yeah, so the flavour is still there. I know with some tanks, when you get to a certain temperature, that the flavour starts to deplete and it's hardly there. But no, the flavour is still there, it's still on point. Cloud production is just intense, it's just really intense. There's a lot of cloud in this room right now. But still not to the point where it's uncomfortable. The vape is quite warm, but it isn't uncomfortable. It's still very easy to take. So we're going to go one more now, and we're going to go to 120. And then we're going to go do a little bit of pro and con and see whether this is worth the use. So 120 watts, let's give it a go. Wow, a lot of cloud there. Yeah, she chucks the vapor, guys. Flavour's on point. Now the air, there's more than enough air going through that on the our corkscrew. I'm not going to strip it down and try the other firing pins. That's something that obviously you guys would have to experiment with yourself. So what do I think of the tank? So the tank itself, yeah, I love it. I love the 5mm juice capacity. I absolutely adore the style of the tank. I absolutely think this is amazing, the top fill method. I mean, just the whole push a button and away you go on the fly, that is brilliant. I really do like that. You know, no leaking, no wobbling, no rattling. Yeah, I love it, guys, I really do, and I reckon that it's a really good tank by Uwell. Now, would I say it's better than the Crown 3? No, I wouldn't say it's better than the Crown 3. I'd say the Crown 3 is hands down still one of the best tanks that Uwell manufacture. Is it close? Yeah, it's pretty close. It's a good vape. Now, if you're the type of guy who likes having, or girl, if you like having a really high wattage end vape, then this would be the tank for you. If not, then I can't say it would be. Cons, however, there are a couple of cons. The biggest con really I have is the drip tip. The drip tip of not having any O-rings on the actual tip limits you to basically what type of drip tip you can put on there. Not all drip tips are manufactured the same way, so you will get the odd drip tip that will fit in there snug as a bug, and you will also get drip tips in there that will be mega loosey goosey. So just take that into consideration. The other con I have is the hinge on the door. Now, I do like the top fill method with this little hinge. Now, Uwell do state in the little yellow leaflet, it does actually say on there It says, do not open and keep open lid as it can cause leaking. So even Uwell say it themselves that basically, you know, not to keep opening and closing your door every 5 minutes as it will weaken your hinge. So that's a little bit of a con. That you'd have thought that did make the hinge door just that little bit more robust. So do be careful with that hinge, because if that goes, it goes. You won't be able to get a replacement hinge, at least anyway. But they're the only two cons I've really got, guys. Other than that, I actually really do enjoy the tank. I think the tank's a brilliant little tank. I like the way it vapes, and I like the flavour that comes off it. Coil life out of it, I couldn't tell you at the present moment, as I've not killed in a coil yet. So I've been vaping this now for 4 days, and the flavour is still on point 4 days later. The cloud production is still on point. All around a good tank. Now they do have these available in other different colours, as I've got the rainbow version. Now I do believe it comes in stainless steel, purple, blue, black, and I'm fairly certain there's one more colour, but I'm not too sure. But I will put a link somewhere down here in the description of where you can go and purchase one of these yourself, as well as any other relevant information that I may have missed out. So yeah, there we go, guys. There is the Uwell Valyrian. All round a good little tank. So, let me know what you think in the comments below, or what you think about this tank, if you already have one, or if you're wishing to buy one. And I'll catch you again, so see you later.